There's stream delay. I know there's stream delay. Uh, hey guys. I know right now there is only one viewer in the chat, and they're right over there. But at some point, hopefully, somebody will watch this. And hopefully, we get a couple more viewers. Right now, we are just setting up the stream right now. As you saw on there, we have the thumbnail. So let's go ahead and go to decks, my decks, and I have one right here. All right, add cards from search, and the deck that we are going to be focusing on in this episode is going to be Sidar. So let's set that as the commander. I have no idea how this... Oh, okay. So is this... Okay, so I've never used this before. So let's go ahead and discover this together. Obviously, there's probably going to be somebody who's watching this that's going to go down in the comments like, oh my god, he has no idea what he's doing. Well, guess what? You're right. But I don't really care. I really hope the audio is good. If I need to turn it up, then I don't quite know how to do that because it is at the max. But if I need to talk louder, then I can do that too. I'm also eating in the same time, so... Yummy. Okay. So, Sidar. I know the video beforehand hasn't gone up yet. But a video will be going up shortly after this live is done. Talking about where this channel is going to be going. And as you guys can see, the channel is going to be going towards the way of Magic the Gathering. If you guys want to watch that video, my brother is also in that video, and it's going to be me and him working on a deck together. Right now, it's going to be just me. It's his birthday. He's off doing birthday stuff. We're going to be celebrating his birthday here in a couple days, so I have plenty of time to work on a deck with you guys. And the deck is going to be Sidar. Sidar has Eminence, which in my personal opinion is the most broken mechanic in Magic the Gathering Commander, because you don't even have to cast the thing. But Sidar is one of the most balanced of the Eminence commanders, because its Eminence ability only allows you whenever one or more knights attack, if it's on the command zone or in the if it's in the command zone or on the battlefield. I can speak today, I promise. I can draw one card and then discard a card, which is a pretty niche ability. Until you realize that when Sidar deals combat damage to a player, you return a knight from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, and it has flying and first strike, so it's kind of a little difficult to get off the board, as well as it being a 4/3. It is around like 99-cent card if you go on Card Kingdom, and TCG Player it's around like 29 cents. So, not all too expensive. Obviously, you could also go out and buy the Precon and skip like half of this. So yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this going. So knights to really think about. Let's Architect search. If I clear this, can I clear it? So if I clear that, hide. Okay, so here's the deck. Is everything working? Okay. Sorry. Oh, I just undid that. Redo. There you go. There is the commander. Let's go ahead and focus on... I want to focus on the search. Okay. So if I advance search, put in the commander colors, which I believe is those three. Identity, I guess. I don't really care with the addition. Oh, it already has the Doctor Who set on here. Okay, that's pretty cool. You can build decks with the Doctor Who stuff. I would like it to be creature. And am I able to put Knigget? No. Okay. Oh, I am messing up. I promise I know what I'm doing. Not very well, but it's fine. Alright, there it is. Knight. Alright, and then if I hit search, I should get a bunch of knights. That's not in my colors. Okay. Oh. I would like these ones. Search. Alright, these are the knights in my colors, I believe. Hide. Yep. Blue, white. I don't know what this is called, but it's that one. I think it's like Simic or whatever. I don't know. Or no, not Simic. Simic is blue green. I don't freaking know. All right. So we're gonna go through a decent amount of cards and try to see what we all need. A lot of these will probably come in the pre-con already because a lot of really good knights got reprinted in the I can't remember what set it's called. Something Phyrexia. It's a Phyrexia set. One of the, like, 4. So Acclaimed Contender is definitely one that I was thinking about when we first started talking about building this deck, because whenever it ETBs, if I control another knight, I can look at the top 5 cards of my library, reveal a knight aura, equipment, or legendary artifact from among them, put them directly in the hand, and the rest on the bottom. So the reason as to why this card is so good is because even if somebody kills it, or if I kill it, I can re-put it back on the battlefield the next turn with Sidar's ability, re-triggering its effect, and kind of cycling through my stuff. I'm not all too sure about legendary artifacts, but I know we are going to be playing equipments in here, because we want Sidar to pretty much be able to just blow somebody out of the water. So we're going to go ahead and add one of those. Kind of just very quick go around here. Equal to the number of creatures I control. Alright, whenever I attack, for each opponent, create a human that is tapped and attacking that player or a planeswalker they control. So this guy will get pretty big. It is only a 3-drop, so that is pretty good. Let's go ahead and toss that in there for right now. Looks like it's going to be just white creatures for the first little bit here. Alright, so what else we got? We got... Oh, we have a flip card. And the flip is not all too good. But what is it? When it ETB, search your library for a basic planes, put it in your hand. And then if you control 3 or more creatures with different power, you can flip it. And the flip is just a lifelinker 3/3. We'll come back to this one if I can't find anything else, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be a no. So let's keep going down here. When it enters the battlefield, create a soldier. That's pretty good. Armored Sky Hunter. Whenever it attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put an aura or equipment from among them onto the battlefield right away. If it's an equipment, if an equipment is put it onto the battlefield, you may attach it to a creature. So that's without paying the equip cost. So if we put like a Helm of the Host or something like that in the deck, like this gets pretty big pretty quick. Put the rest on the bottom of the library. Alright, so we are definitely going to be tossing one of those in there. As well as if during this video we don't happen to put any creature, or I don't happen to put any creatures in the deck that you guys think of, or any cards or anything like that, go ahead and leave a comment or even post it in the chat, and I will definitely tell you either that yes, I'm going to be putting it in the deck, or as to why it doesn't quite work for the deck. We are going to be leaning more into the ability of the commander. I know some decks can just function without the commander, but I also know a lot of them just can't. Alright, so another one that came out of the Phyrexia set. Okay, I can literally... March of the Machine is not a Phyrexia, it's a March of the Machine. Okay, ignore me, sometimes I'm an idiot. Arvad the Cursed. So it is a Death Touch lifelinker. It is a 5-drop. So usually people like to stay away from the high mana costing, but we don't really have to cast it. We essentially have a Kaalia that doesn't grab it from the hand, it grabs it from the graveyard, which in my opinion is a little bit better, because even if somebody removes it, as long as it's not exiled, you can just get it back. Other legendary creatures get +2/+2, so that will increase our commander. So this one here, I'm not all too sure with, because it's Ariel, Knight of Windgrace. So you can pay 2 and a white, tap it, and create a 2/2 Knight with Vigilance. Also, Ariel does have Vigilance. Or you can pay a black, tap it, tap any number of untapped knights you control, and destroy target creature with X or less. So X is going to be equal to the number of knights that you tap. The only thing is we won't be able to use this ability the same turn it ETBs. But it is still a pretty good ability. It is instant spot removal. If all you gotta have is 1 black and, I don't know, a frick ton of knights with Vigilance. Attack with everything. Nothing taps during somebody's turn. Oh, I don't like that creature. Kill it. So we are going to toss it in the deck for right now. And let's go to my favorite knight in the deck. Evrar's Oathsworn. So whenever it deals combat damage to a player, if it has fewer than 4 +1/+1 counters on it, put a +1/+1 counter. Then if it has exactly 4 +1/+1 counters on it, search your library for any card and put it into your hand. So, once this attacks 4 times, it becomes a tutor every single turn, getting you to deal the damage, next turn, discard the card, and it's a really big combo piece in the deck, and I really think that it would be a bad decision to not put it in there. What else we have? So this is a 5-drop, and the only thing it says is it can't be blocked. So let's go ahead and just keep moving on with this. Balin Wandering Knight. It's a cat knight, so we can have a furry in our deck. It has a double strike as long as 2 or more equipments are attached to it. And you can pay 1 and a white and attach all equipment you control to Balin. It is an option. It starts as a 3/3, so it does start pretty decent. Let's go ahead and keep moving on, and we will come back to that one. Bears Lieutenant, protection from multicolored. When ETBs, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control. Whenever it or another creature you control dies, if it had a +1/+1 counter on it, create a knight. So it is a pretty decent card. And whenever it ETBs, you're guaranteed to put a +1/+1 counter on something. So yeah, let's go ahead and toss this in here, because there is a knight that I'm thinking of that will very easily get +1/+1 counters onto things. But this is more like what we're looking for. An Angel Knight. Battle Angels of... I don't know how to say a lot of these, so just don't judge me. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. If that player has more cards in hand than each other player, then you create a treasure token if that player controls more lands than each other player. Then you gain 3 life if that player has more life. So it's a 4-drop 4/4 that has Myriad. It does have Myriad, so it's a pretty decent ability. Alright, so let's... this has flanking, so obviously it will not be going in the deck ever. That has flash. If it was kicked, come... each other creature gets +1/+1. Alright, let's... It's a little bit of a ramp. It's a 3-draw... Or not like ramp. It's like power ramp. Enters the battlefield with +1/+1 counter for each creature that's died. That's a Vampire Knight. I can think of a different deck that can go into. As long as you control is enchanted, it gets +1/+1. It has lifelink. Another Vampire Knight. Vampire Soldier. I assume the backside of it's a Vampire Knight. Yep. Okay. Let's... Whenever Breathless Knight or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, if a creature entered from a graveyard or you cast it from a graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on this. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because you're going to be constantly putting them from the graveyard onto the field. So yeah, that's a pretty decent card. Historic Spells, this is a pretty decent card, but we're going to come back to it. Caviar of Dawn ETBs, destroy up to 1 target creature whenever it dies. Yeah, okay. So we're going to toss that into the deck. Alright, we're going to load more results. Yes, so when this ETBs, you draw 3 cards, put 2 of them on the top. This is literally an opt on legs, as well as when it dies, shuffle it into owner's library, and then scry 2. So this never goes away, and it's a 5/5. When it ETBs, you may sack another creature. When you do, destroy target creature and opponent controls. When it dies, return creature card with mana cost 3 or less from a graveyard to the battlefield. It's a 4/5 with lifelink, and we can cheat it in. So let's go ahead and toss that in for right now. That's vampires. Whenever it attacks, that's lifelink. Starting to hit a little bit of a dead zone. Okay, so here's one. Corpse Knight. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life. So it's an Impact Tremors, but it's a Knight. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put one in your hand, the rest on the bottom of the library. Sacrifice it unless white was spent to cast it. Okay, so you would get the ETB effect, and then it would instantly die if you do it with the ability. Yeah, we'll toss that in for right now. We might change that later. More than likely, we're just gonna try to see what else we got. Let's enters the battlefield under your control. You can gain 2 life. Hey, Colin, welcome to the stream. I am currently building Sidar. That is what the thumbnail shows. I can go ahead and show you the commander right quick. Trying to increase. Nope. Decrease. Yeah, it's this one. So yeah. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. So just to let the 3 viewers at the moment know, I am sponsored. Let me go ahead and toss up. Let's. Alright, so this is my sponsor. It's called Dubby. It is a energy drink blend. It is an energy drink blend. So let's go ahead and go into here. Let's say I would like Dragonade. I do know somebody who's tried the Dragonade. I have not tried any of this yet myself. But, alright, let's go ahead and hit checkout. When you go to checkout, if you use my discount code, PZ0, and hit apply, you will be getting 10% off of every single item on your order. So yeah, go ahead and use my discount code if you would like to get any of these energy drinks. If not, thank you for showing up to the video, and if you have any ideas for the deck, just go ahead and shout them down below. Thank you for having no time in your life to come chill with me. Alright, let's see what else we got. This is the secondary commander in the Knight Precon already. So if you guys buy the Knight Precon, this is a pretty good combo piece that already just comes with it. So whenever it attacks, you may pay X and one of each color of the colors in the deck. So I don't know what the color scheme is called, but it's white, blue, black. And if you do, you draw that number of cards. And then during the end step, you may pay for a life and put a number of Vampire Knights onto the battlefield equal to the number of cards you've drawn this turn. So, yeah. It is a pretty decent card, especially since it is a Knight. You're going to be shoving that guy into the battlefield without paying its mana cost at all. So, yeah, let's go ahead and keep going. Okay, so this is a card right here. Ether Swarm Adjudicator. I'm pretty sure I'm not saying that right, but it's the blue card that's on the screen right now. Because I don't know if I don't believe my mouse is being shown. I'm not all too sure. Okay, my mouse is being shown. I am getting confirmation that my mouse is being shown. Thank you. Okay, so it is a 4 and a blue. You can pay 1 and then a white and a black, tap it, and then destroy any target creature or enchantment. I am going to be putting this in my deck. But it is for one reason, and that is because I just recently played against somebody who played enchantment.deck, and I am still a little salty about that. So, yes. Zur is a very irritating commander. Anyways, whenever a Knight, that is one thing that we are looking for, is it itself doesn't have to deal any damage, but any other Knight can. Whenever a Knight I control deals combat damage to a player, I put a +1/+1 counter on that creature and create a blood token. If you guys don't know what blood tokens do, they are actually pretty bad cards in usual decks, but in here and in like vampire decks and stuff like that where you mainly see them, you pay 1, tap it, discard a card, sack the blood token, and draw a card. So why is that so good? Obviously, if you guys have already clicked it together, it is because you get to discard that card. So without the trigger of the attacks, you can discard a Knight from your hand and cycle another card. So if you need like a Toxic Deluge, which will be put into the deck at some point, but you have like a 6-mana drop Knight in your hand instead, you can go ahead and try to discard that card if you have a blood token on the board and try to draw the card that you need. This card has flanking, so obviously will not be in the deck. This one over here. But the Executioner Cavalry, the one that we were just talking about, will be put into the deck. Sorry, I saw flanking and I instantly wanted to like burn it. Hi! Hey Beverly, what's going on? I have 4 viewers now. Thank you guys for showing up. Once again, go down in the description below if you would like to see my sponsor. And don't forget to use code PZ0 in the checkout to get a 10% off each item. Ooh, Wilds of Eldraine. I haven't actually gotten to mess around with any of these cards yet, so let's go ahead and see what this is. Fell Horseman. When it dies, I can put it on the bottom of my library. Okay, get it to cycle back. The only thing is I actually like things in my grave, so What is the other one? Deathly Ride. I can send it on an adventure and return target creature card from my graveyard back to my hand. Okay. I actually don't know if that's going to be a good card for the deck, because I want creatures in my grave. So, and it is a sorcery, so... So let's go ahead and get a little bit of advice from whoever in the chat currently knows how to play Magic. So this Wild of Eldraine card right here, the Fell Horseman, do we think that I can toss it in the deck, or do we think that I can just leave it out for now? Just comment it down below, and I will take a look at it. I will take a look at your submissions. So yeah. In the meantime, how are you guys doing? Thank you again for showing up into the chat. Go ahead and send the link to whoever you know who you think would enjoy some Magic the Gathering. I'm pretty sure some people are probably sending links to people already. We are down to 3 viewers, but I do appreciate whoever just left for coming in and saying hi. So yeah, so what do we think about the knight? All right, I'm getting a thumbs up over from my I don't even know what to call you. My fiance is over there, but I don't know what to call her for the channel. Anyways, so yeah, let's go ahead and toss it in for right now, and then if I get some comments later about it, I will revisit those. Let's go ahead and keep looking. You draw a card and lose 1 life. Pay 1 life, create a treasure. When you ETB, search your library for a vampire card. We aren't really going to be vampiring, but I do know an Edgar Markov that would be really good for this card. What does it do again? So the card that I'm looking at is the Fell Horseman. It is sorcery. I can send sorcery, send it on an adventure, pay 1 and a black to do so, return a target creature card from my graveyard back to the hand, and then whenever it dies, I can put it onto the bottom of my library. But with my commander here, I will let you guys read my commander. So yeah, I'll let you guys read my commander. Other than that, yeah. Don't forget, once again, I'm going to be bugging you guys all the time about my sponsorship down below. I'm actually pretty excited about it, so go ahead and check that out. It is just an energy powder. I've heard it's pretty good. I'm going to be testing it out here soon because I do get samples for pretty much free. So yeah. Send you guys some love. Alright, other than that, let's take a look at what I currently have in the deck. We currently have... Oh. Okay. So it... Oh, okay, so it... View as stacks. No, I'd like to view it as... A table? No, that's not what I want to view it as. No, that's not what I want to view it as. Nope. Nope. I am figuring this out. Stacks, categories, types. Alright, so I have 19 creatures right now. That is what I want. Categories. Alright, that looks better. Okay. It could be used to bypass command tax. That is fair. If my commander does hit graveyard, I can use it to bypass command tax. But also, yes, Beverly, I understand you do not understand a word that is going on here. But what you do understand is the fact that I do have a sponsor. So... So we understand the fact that I have a sponsor. It is pretty expensive, but it does become a little bit cheaper um, with my discount code PZ0. I completely spaced. So yeah, I'm gonna be bugging you guys about that pretty often. So yeah. Of course, still feel free to send this to your friends, or if you don't have friends, then I guess chill here and watch. Or maybe if I am your friend and I'm your only friend who understands what's going on. Okay, let's keep going. Other blue creatures get +1/+1. Other black creatures get +1/+1. So I believe if this is on the board and my commander is, it counts as separately a blue and a black creature. So it will get a +2/+2, I believe. Yeah. I also do have I have a Facebook page as well. And I'm going to be doing several updates on what's going on with the channel and stuff like that over on my Facebook page. I will put a link to the Facebook page in the description here in a second. So, yep, we are going to be going here. I'm trying to figure out, there it is, copy link. I'll send it to all of our other friends. Thank you. Send it to all of our one other friends. Alright, so I went ahead and put the Facebook page down in the chat. So go ahead and check that out and go ahead and follow that for any updates on the channel. I will be doing more than just Magic the Gathering on this channel right now, but this is something that I actually very much enjoy, is just the deck building. So I literally, anytime I get bored, I just randomly start building a deck, even though I don't have like the pieces for it. But I like to make very cheap decks and stuff like that. So during the process, I am looking at the prices. So yeah. Let's get back to this. We have Hakan, Stormglad Scourge. You may cast it from the graveyard, but not anywhere else. But I can also just cheat it onto the field without paying its mana cost. But I can still cast it from the graveyard. As long as it's on the battlefield, I may cast any knights from my graveyard. And then when it dies, I lose 2 life. So I can actually live with the 2 life loss for all of the knights I'm going to be able to cast. As well as this also comes in the precon. The precon is insane. Another card that comes in the precon is this one right here. Horsemanship. If you guys don't know what Horsemanship is, I don't blame you. Horsemanship hasn't really been printed in quite a while, and now it's gotten printed again twice. So one of the Horsemanship cards is Herald of Hoofbeats. It has Horsemanship, and what Horsemanship does is this creature cannot be blocked by any creature except for Horsemanship. So they have to specifically have a creature on the field that says Horsemanship on it, or your creatures just won't be able to be blocked. Another positive side to it is all of your other knights will also have Horsemanship. So kind of makes your creatures even harder to block on top of that, plus your commander. So we are going to be tossing that in there. I was very lucky to pull the borderless one of these, as well as it does come in the precon. So I cannot stress this enough. If you do plan on building this deck, I do recommend buying the precon and making these small upgrades from there. But if you cannot afford the precon, the individual cards are still pretty cheap. So yes. Let's go ahead. What is this? When each is better, detain target creature. Till the next turn, that creature can't attack, block, or activate its abilities. That's a pretty decent card. But we are actually going to be tossing this Invasion of Eretics. It's an invasion card, and when it dies, you flip it over for Vortex Paladin. the power and toughness equal to the number of creatures you control. We are going to be playing a decent amount of creature spam the moment I find it. Like this one. The only thing is it is a very high mana cost for the kicker, so we are not going to be putting it in the deck, but it is an option. Knights you control have double strike. Let's go ahead and give all of our knights double strike at it while we're at it. Hey, there he is, Mr. Ban Hades. We are up to 6 viewers, so I'm actually pretty happy about that right now. So yeah, I'm gonna say this one more time since we have 6 people in the chat right now. I do have a sponsor right now. We have sponsor from a company called Dubby. You might have been seeing all over TikTok, stuff like that, and think it's a scam. It is not a scam. I am actually being sponsored by Dubby. I got into the Discord. I talked about a bunch of people. So go over to dubby.gg. Put a bunch of stuff in your cart. Of course, if you can afford it, put a bunch of stuff in your cart. But do not look at the final checkout price as your final total until you use my discount code PZ0. Once you put PZ0 as the discount code, you will get 10% off of each item. Do keep in mind that it is not 10% off of your total. It is 10% off each item. So it will take a drastic hit to your total. So yeah. Let's go ahead and keep looking at some cards. Alright, so another card here. So I'm already seeing 2 right in a row. Knight of Errant of Os. When ETBs look at the top 6 cards of your libraries, you reveal 2 creature cards among them with mana value X or less, where X is the number of creatures that convoked it. You may put those revealed cards in your hand. So what Convoke is you can tap creatures instead of casting this. So this will be a very good combo piece with things that allow you to cast it from the graveyard. But this one right here, Knight of Exemplar. Other knights you control will have +1/+1 and indestructible. Let's get around those board wipes, because I know plenty of people that run like 5, 6, 7 board wipes in their deck, and they just go, if I can't have a board state, neither can you. Well, now all my knights have indestructible, and you have to deal with that. The only bad thing is Knight Exemplar will not give itself indestructible, so you do have to focus on that. Let's keep going. If I would gain life, I gain that much +1. I don't really have a lot of lifelink in this deck, so we're going to go ahead and keep rolling. Another Wilds of Eldraine card. Whenever an enchantment I control is put into the graveyard, I can create a bird. This is not going to be going into the deck. But this is really good for the rolls. The new rolls, one of the cards that I really want to do on this channel is Stage Director. Stage Director is just a really good card, and it focuses on enchantments, but we're going to be doing that a lot later. Alright, Knight of Dusk Shadow. Let's go ahead and shut off your opponent's lifelink. Opponents cannot gain life. It's a 2-drop, 2/2, so yeah, let's keep going. Let's go ahead and actually check on how many cards we have in the deck right now, because I don't want to overload this with just creatures. So let's go ahead and categories, types. We have 27 at the moment. So let's go ahead and only add... I do still have a couple of things in mind. I just can't think of the names. So we are going to go ahead and keep going through and only grab what is important. So that will only add planes when ETBs create create a knight. I know there is one card. I cannot think of its name, and I don't quite remember its text. We're also going to toss this in here just to give some extra knight increase. Right here, Moonshaker Cavalry. So, why do I want Moonshaker Cavalry in the deck? Well, have you guys ever heard of Craterhoof Behemoth? It is literally a white Craterhoof Behemoth. Each creature you control gains flying instead of trample, and gain +X, where X is the number of creatures you currently control. It is very broken, and that is simply when it ETBs. So, yeah. There's one other card that I was thinking of, and if I can't find it right away, we will just move on for right now. This is not the final. This is not the final take. Do not think that I'm gonna go like, okay, these are the cards that you have to play. Have a nice day. Stay tuned for the next video. No. We are going to be. Oh, that's a card that I need to put in a deck that I currently own. We are going to be talking this over with. We're going to be talking this over with Hades at some point, and getting his advice as to what should be played in here as well. I'm kind of just putting the baseline in it. We are also going to be tossing this card in here though, Sylvaquin Squadron. It's equal. The power and toughness is equal to the number of creatures you control, and whenever it attacks, you will create one knight for each opponent you have. So that is going to be the last creature that we toss in here. So yeah, we have 29 creatures. If you count the battle as a creature, because it does flip over for one, we have 30 creatures plus the commander. So let's go ahead and start looking at artifacts. We're going to toss some artifacts in here. We're actually going to... hold up. We're going to do lands right quick. Because I always forget to just toss some lands into the deck, and I don't really want to forget that. So we're going to put land. Alright, and we're going to search. Alright, I just want basic lands. That's honestly what I want right now. It keeps autoing to those. Alright, so we're going to subtype basic. Alright, so we will put, how many lands am I going to want in this deck? Probably around, like, 30, let's do 11 per. That'll give 33, and then we are actually going to be going up to 35. So we're going to toss 11 of each of these, and then we will search up Evolving Wilds? Evolving Wilds to allow us to search for any land that we want. And Terramorphic Expanse. There it is. Terramorphic Expanse, which will also let us search for any land that we want and toss it on the battlefield. We are still chilling with only 6 viewers, so I do appreciate you guys with that. I am trying to fix why it isn't showing. It's supposed to show on screen our viewer count. So let's go ahead and actually let's go ahead and try to fix that right quick. Just stay patient. Okay, I'm not all too sure as to why the viewer count isn't working, but that is quite okay. Alright, alright, so we have both of those in here, so we are up to 35 lands, and the deck altogether right now is $132. That is quite expensive. What is our big item? 13, or is it just overall? That's 70 cents. There's no way. Oh, okay. So Battle of Angels is $21. That is 7. I still don't think it should be at 100. Oh, okay. This one is also almost $30. I'm just trying to make sure that we don't have like a single card in here that's like worth a decent amount, or like worth that much. This one did just get reprinted. So $21.99. Okay. So yeah, we should be fine at the moment. We can switch these out at some point, but we are gonna just leave it as it is. What is the error? Commander needs to have exactly 100 cards. Yep. Okay, so that is the error, is that the deck isn't complete yet. So let's go ahead. How often am I going to be doing these? I'm hopefully going to be doing a video like this once a week. I haven't exactly put a day on it just yet. But I will be hopefully doing a stream once a week. And a separate video, hopefully twice a week, if not once. But the regular videos will be just probably me playing a game of some sort, Pokemon, just something. It will not be Magic related at all. So I'm probably gonna bring some Magic. Like I'm probably gonna like talk about Magic while playing the games, but. Yeah, most of those videos should be with Hades though. So, let's look at what we got. We got the lands. We got what we need for creatures right now. So let's look at artifacts now. Like I said before. I am currently getting a little picked on because I constantly forget to put Soul Ring and Arcane Signet in my decks. Terramorphic Expanse and artifacts do not exist. Okay. Alright, so obviously we could just look through every artifact known to man and try to figure something out. But we are not going to do that. We are going to instantly start searching for some cards. So, before we forget about it, Soul Ring. A $2 card. If you can't afford that, you're broke. Arcane Signet. We're going to toss a... Herald's Horn, I think it's called. Herald of Horn. Herald's Horn. When it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. That creature type costs 1 less, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you may look at the top card of your library. If it's the chosen type, reveal it and put it in your hand. So that will allow us to make our knights a little cheaper. So let's go ahead and do text. Choose put the blue and here I can just here put the blue and white talisman. Okay. Or an Arizona Signet. Okay, so let's go ahead and search up Signet. Signet and Talisman. Alright, so Signet. Alright, we can play that one. We can play Dimir Signet. We can play Orvos Signet. I think that is it. Yes. No, we can... Nope. That we don't play green. So yep, I think that... Nope. Yeah, no, that's it. Okay, so... and then let's look at the Talisman. Talisman.